sound. Good grief, there's no, oops, hi. Oh, hi, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Antidote song. I think we just got Facebook Live. Let's all say hi to Facebook Live. Glad you're here today, Facebook. And so glad so many of you have joined. Welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song Day something. I don't see any of my cue cards here on my first screen, so I'm going to have to like hang on until I get to another screen. There we go. There they are. Christiana and Carolyn, thank you. Day 887 here in the Daily Antidote of Song. Boy, are we creeping up on day 900, and boy, we might have some fun things for day 900 planned. So that's September 22. For anybody who's interested, please join us for our 900th day of being here. I am so excited everybody showed up for this Friday. We have a brand new song leader in the room, as we've been doing all month long. Well, almost in the room. We have a brand new bookshelf in the room, as we've been doing all month long. Meeting new people every single day. We have such a fabulous lineup of people from now through the end of September. I'm so excited, and hope everybody's really excited too, and hope you'll join us every day here or on Facebook Live. If you miss it, you can always find it there later. We've got our whole big archive there. Let's all take a deep breath before we even start. Oh, I think I see someone. Just perfect timing. I'm going to say again a hi to everybody on Facebook Live. Thanks for joining us, and a hi to everybody in the room, including Erin. Thank you so much, Erin, for running the text. She's been doing it. Jaden is very busy and very far away. I think it's Korea, and we're really glad that Erin is here. Erin's was saying she was in Korea. We're so glad that Erin is here. Covering for Jaden all this time. It's been remarkable, Erin, having you here. Thank you. And Erin's also doing a ton of projects on the side that I'm super excited about. Hello to Jim Scott, who is in the room with us, coming in from Massachusetts. He is our new friend for the day. He's actually been joining us, I think, for maybe a couple of months now, on and off, and we're so glad he's here now as a new friend, and we'll tell you more about him in a little bit. Hello to Mabel and Bear, and maybe more than one Bear. Nope, one Bear. Hi, Mabel and Bear. And hello, wait, she's grabbing somebody else. Two Bears. Hi, Mabel and Bears. Good to see both of you today coming in from Massachusetts. Hello to Arlene coming in from Berkeley, California, and Susan in Seattle. Hello. Hello to Annie. Nice to see you today. I'm not sure if you're new to us. We're glad you're here. Hello to Ellen. I think I've seen you here before. Nice to have you here again. Hi to Kevin in DC with your magic flute. Hello to Deborah in Kentucky. Glad to see you. Storm in Massachusetts. Hello. Pauline in Newcastle, UK. And hugs to William, even if he's not on screen. Hello to Lynn with Cliff maybe hovering somewhere in behind, coming in from Vermont. Great to see you. Hello to Luda in Victoria. Luda always reminds us to put the love first. Hello to Kathleen in Albuquerque. Dennis Donnelly back in the house. So glad to see you, Dennis. And I think you know Jim, so that's kind of fun. We've got folks in the room, I think, who've worked with them before. Dennis is coming in from Victoria, not Vancouver, British Columbia. Hello to Susan G coming in from Ohio. Becky in Vancouver, right, Becky? Yeah, okay. And you got all these V names. You're trying to throw me. Hi, Caroline in DC. Great to see you. Hello to Antonina. Nice to have you again. I think you've been in the room with us before. Glad to have you back. Coming in from California. Bonnie in Idaho. Hello. Hello to Sheila in Florida. Hi, Deli in Maryland. Hello to Fred and Linda. We're very glad to see you today, and hope at some point we'll get to see your smiling faces on screen. Hello to Anne in Maryland, Christiana and Bob in Rockville, who were the purveyors of one of our 887 signs, and 887 signs. All right, maybe not. And Carolyn in Boise, also one of our magical day reminders. Hello to Kate in Charlottesville. Glad to see you. Hello to Steve. I'm not sure if you're new to us today. Glad to see you, and not sure where you're coming from, but we're glad you found us. Hello to Dawnless Curly Top. That's a curly top who is not donning his apparel here in the Daily Antidote of Song. We miss your Dawn and your sibling and your mama. Hello to Ruth in Birmingham. Nice to see you. Coming in all the way from on the other side of the pond. And hello to Nancy's Irish Cow coming in from Washington State. Hello, Leanne. Nice to have you with us today. Also maybe new to us. I can't tell. Hello to Annette in California. Carol in Connecticut. So glad to see your face. It's been a while, and we're super glad to see you. And Martha in Oregon. Hello. Hello to Raymond. Maybe also new to us today. Nice to see you. Fred in the DC area. Hello to someone who is hiding behind my, hi Bruce, nice to see you today, glad you've joined us. And hello to Aloysius, coming in from Massachusetts. Kathy, hello, nice to have you, maybe also new. Julie in Ontario, hello. And for folks who are off camera today, that's Lynn, Bronwyn, Kate, who looks like she's made it up the coast from Florida to Williamsburg, and that's Kate from over on the other side of the pond. So she's spending quite a bit of time on our side. Hello to Shelly, Ralph, and Victoria with Penny somewhere in the background. Hindi, maybe with Archie in the background. Jane, Jenny, Sandy, and I think maybe folks, yes, Steve and Loriana and Kachina and Courtney and Lynn in Connecticut and Ann from Nashville. I think I said Naima, Margaret, Bob. Oh, I didn't. Dick and Kathy coming in from Victoria. Everybody, let's take a deep breath because I'm out of breath. That was a real need for a deep breath. So glad so many people have joined us today. What a total treat to be here in the room with so many folks. And what a treat to have with us today Jim Scott, who I read on his website. Pete Seeger gave a quote that says that Jim Scott is, I think it was some kind of magician or something, which I thought was an amazing quote to have from Pete Seeger. And Jim Scott is a activist, a musician, a composer, known in a lot of circles in a lot of different ways, composers of different Unitarian Universalist music, and I'm excited to get, and plus CDs and songbooks and so much more. I'm so excited to get into the chat time with him, but more excited to get into the song time with him. Jim, welcome. So glad you're here.
Well, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm just honored to be here. And Joe, thank you, and all the folks who do this. I just think this is the most amazing thing, and so glad to finally be a part of it.
Really super glad you're here.
Thanks that was a nice a nice bio. What a lot of people know me from years of playing with the Paul Winter Consort, and I've moved on to even smaller audiences. So it's a delight. I wrote a song. I thought up this little song when, if you remember, September 26th, well, I know you all remember that election in 2016. We won't say any more about that. But the year before that, in September, the United Nations was voting on climate change legislation. We were so optimistic back then, and my mic is in the way, isn't it? I'm going to move this. It'll still hear me. And there was a huge march in New York City. There were marches all over the country, and I wrote this little thing. I thought you could just teach this on the street, and honor to Pat Humphreys. She'll just come up with a song for what ails you, like on the spur of the moment, and I thought, well, I can do that. Let me come up with. So I wrote this little thing. I had it written on a piece of paper. I had it in my shirt pocket, and then I chickened out. I didn't sing it when we all gathered on the every block between 8th and 9th, from about 40th to 80th. Many of them had a theme, like the Sierra Club block, or I was in the People of Faith block, and. I don't know, I would guess 15, 20,000 people gathered in this. Then we pour out onto the street and go up past Central Park and down Avenue of the Americas. And I was there were the two big banners, the yellow-shirted Unitarian Universalists with what's the phrase they had on the T-shirt? And I have a long history with that. I started as a Universalist as a kid, and Unitarian and Universalist merged. If Google it, it's an interesting bunch of people, and real social conscious. So there was the American Unitarian Universalist banner marching along, and next to it the Canadian Unitarian banner, and behind that all these yellow shirts. And I was walking in front of them. And right in front of them was this band of percussion guys, shaking shakers and playing a cowbell and stuff from the Brooklyn Zen Center. And I said, hey, you guys, that's just the right rhythm. Can I try singing a song? And they're looking at me like, what? Who is this? And walking backwards, I yelled at everybody, hey, help me sing this song. I'm going to accompany it now, but you can use this song. Please do. You can sing it a cappella. So it's not quite call and response. It's not quite a zipper song. You'll see where you come in. We are the earth, and we speak for creation. We can cannot stand by and watch its devastation. And we will not be bought. This is your part. Try that. And we will not be bought. We will not be deceived. Try that. We will not be deceived. We are one. We are strong. We are the earth. Sing it again. We are one. We are strong. End on do this time. We are the earth. So you sing that every time. That microphone. I'm getting in front of the microphone. Now get over here. We are the earth of forest, soil, and ocean. We will stand in our defense and devotion. We will not be bought, and we will not be bought. We will not be deceived. We are one. We are strong. We are the earth. We are one. We are strong. We are the earth. We are the earth of threatened sky and waters. What legacy do we leave to our sons and daughters? We will not be bought, and we will not be bought, not be deceived. We will not be deceived. We are one, we are strong, we are the earth. We are one, we are strong, we are the earth. We are the earth, and we shall speak as one. Will not surrender great glaciers to the sun. We will not be bought, and we will not be bought, not be deceived. We will not be deceived. We are one, we are strong, we are the earth. We are one, we are strong, we are the earth. We are the earth, wounded but unbroken. We will rise when to power truth is spoken. We will not be bought, and we will not be bought. We will not be deceived. We are one, we are strong, we are the earth. We are one, we are strong, we are the earth. We are the earth, diverse and yet united. We will keep on until the wrongs are righted. We will not be bought, and we will not be bought. We will not be deceived. We are one, we are strong, we are the earth. Sing it again. We are one, we are strong, we are the earth. We are more than just dwellers on this earth. We are the earth. Thank you. Wow, I can see you all singing out there.
Thank you.
Well, so you can make up 2 new lines for, to suit any subject. A couple years later, I found myself in, Lafayette Park in front of the White House with this peace march that had come across the country, and they were trying to get all the media there. There was one media camera, but there were lots of police. And so there I added a verse just on the spur of the moment, and I still remember it. We are the earth at the home of the president. If you don't do something soon, we're gonna get another resident. We will not be bought, like that. So you can make up anything for the, and I would be delighted if you'd use it. It's somewhere it's on my website. And can I mention, I am doing, I've recorded it with some great folks. Peter Yarrow's going to sing along with it. I hope. I hope I'm not speaking too soon. He said he's going to sing. And Tony Levin, my great friend, bass player, who plays with Peter Gabriel and accompanied Paul Simon on all these big albums and everything. He's famous. He's playing bass on it, and it's a rockin' track. Oh my gosh, I'm talking about a different song. I've got a Get Out the Vote song. Joe, we talked about maybe you can have me back before the election, and we'll do the Get Out the Vote song. But the We Are the Earth song, it's not on one of my albums, but I'm recording it, and So, well, maybe I can get Peter Yarrow to sing along with that one too. But I was talking about the wrong song.
Woo! Well, that's okay because we already know that we love all your songs. So that last song
uh,
was amazing. Let's please, everybody, can you all please show Jim how much we liked singing a song about Earth, much needed song, especially with the headlines of the last few days, which have been a little creepy about I mean, it's more than creepy. Creepy is like the sort of way to toss it off. They've actually been downright disturbing about the icebergs and the melting faster even
oh
than the
boy.
faster that they said, the
Yeah,
faster as they thought. Yeah.
glacier. What do you call that? An iceberg, the size of Delaware broke off this past summer. So
Yeah. And
and most of the non-saline and non-salt water is not underground. More of it is in the glaciers, and we're messing everything up real fast. Lots of the earth is gonna parts of the earth are going to be uninhabitable soon, and soon some of them are now, and it's going to cause a huge immigration problem. I also wrote a song about immigrants. I'm not a guy who writes a typical topical song that that it's about a current subject and then you throw it away after that. I try to write songs that last, so I don't usually attack the immediate thing that's in the news or something, but
but rather the
to just
greater.
tell the story of my life. It was going to be 2020. I had this idea to make a multimedia show with I'm a real environmental extremist, obviously. I have all these songs about the earth, and to put my most hard-hitting songs about the earth together in a multimedia show thing, I just got a grant. So you're the first people, other than a couple of friends who I noticed showed up here, that I've told I got a National Endowment grant through the Worcester Arts Council to do this. I'm calling it the Year to Save the Earth. So I have to put on the concert once free in a public place in Worcester, and that's what we get the grant for. But that'll develop this concert, and I can take it on the road. So I hope to do it that's what I hope to do this year. I'm calling it the Year to Save the Earth.
That's
So there's
beautiful.
my story.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so
Thanks.
much. So, you've already mentioned the voting song that we spoke about, and now you've just thrown out about an immigration song. And I was telling Jim we had voting weeks over the last couple of years around voting time, and we had immigration weeks, not just
Oh,
when it was.
yay. Yeah.
Yep. And so I think we'll be able to have you back a bunch of times, Jim, because it sounds like you've got all of the right sort of activist
Well,
songs.
I didn't actually, I'm sorry, I interrupted. I
Go
didn't
ahead. No.
actually know that, but this, it just, this is the most wonderful gathering. I wish, so much of the time business gets in the way, and I've tried to drop in once in a while, but I love that we're doing this, and seems all my friends have been on here. I did sign off of something else and get here when my buddy David Roth was here last time. But I know it's hard to get away from whatever's going on at noon and just tune in, but it's a great ritual. It really is a spiritual practice to come here at noon. And
Thank
you
you.
guys deserve a Medal of Freedom or something for this.
That's great. So Mary Amato, who was our new friend on September 1st, actually wrote us a quote that we're about to put out that said, the Daily Antidote, I forget, the Daily Antidote is spectacular and everyone working on it deserves a Nobel Prize. So I liked that
Yeah,
quote.
a Nobel Prize, that would be good too. Yeah.
I'm in line for my first one, as you can tell. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So, yes, thank you for complimenting our little space. I think we all feel the same way. It is a spiritual practice. It became, for a lot of
Yeah.
us, a place where we come to have our, that moment in our day where we can be reflective and where we can sing. I mentioned to folks that I was watching that documentary about singing. I'm actually now watching a second one. I'll put them in the chat. It's really the amount of what singing can do as a combination of reflection and activism. And hang on one second, because we got to highlight Jim. Can you do that again? I'm going to de-highlight me. Go ahead.
Oh, it was supposed to just be ignored or picked up by something.
Best dad ever. There you go. I love it. So
My
that's
daughter just graduated from high school. She's working at a job. She says she's found her life calling. She's a violinist and she's working at Johnson String Instruments Company. If anybody knows, that's the mecca of string instruments in Boston. She said Yo-Yo Ma came in the other day, and she didn't get to see him.
Grief. Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Anyway, that
Um,
cup is a little gift from my daughter, who
that is really, really sweet.
and
It shows that
Boomer
your
the
daughter
dog.
actually.
I held up Boomer the dog. He's right here being quiet. I just hope he won't decide to sing along if the postman comes or something.
Yes,
Well, I
showed
asked
us.
Joe if I could do, instead of doing the same song over again, if I could sneak in another song. And this is a Russian folk song that we did with the Paul Winter Consort with different words. And I know people have said they learned it at camp with these other words. And the words just bugged me because they weren't a complete sentence. It was obviously a translation. And it had mixed singular and plural, and it said if, and then it never said what at the end. So, but it would sound like this in Russian. Oh my, we're froggy.
Well, while you're being froggy, I'm going to say thank you for bringing us a second song. We're super excited. And before we quite switch into the song, can you just tell us quickly about
Oh,
your songbook and your CDs
oh,
and
thank you. A little marketing. I'm
yeah.
the worst at marketing. My website's jimscottmusic.com. And everything is Jim Scott Music because there's a lot of Jim Scotts out there. So facebook.com/Jim Scott Music, youtube.com/Jim Scott Music. So you'll find me there. Almost 20 years ago, I made a big book. I helped develop a program in the Unitarian Universalist Church called the Green Sanctuary Program, which is, well, I think it's spiritual, but it's really just the nuts and bolts of running an institution and to be sustainable. Energy use, transportation, the green outside the house, and even green building and all of that. But then I said, well, I got to get back to music. And I applied for a grant with the help of the Unitarian Universalist Association. I got a little grant, I shouldn't say little, that gave me the impression I could stay up all night for a year and write this book. And it's 110 songs of earth and peace by many folks, from Pete Seeger on down the line, Laurie Wyatt and John McCutcheon and Sally Rogers and others. Great songs, earth songs by so many people. Betsy Rose. I can't go down the list. And a few songs by me too, because I was the editor. And then I'm working on what I did to reinvent myself last year was to take a grant writing course and be part of this thing called Foundation Search. And I'm trying to write grants so that I can do work. Work for musicians, for me anyways, just coming back. And I'm doing a tour going to Manhattan, Kansas, Omaha, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend. And so starting to be on the road again. But I do have a bunch of CDs if anybody has anything to play them on anymore. I got this car in 2017 even, and I had it for a week before I realized there's no CD player to play. So anyway, we got CDs. It's things are on iTunes and stuff like that too. And on my website you can check out tunes.
Thank you so
And I
much.
write a lot of choral arrangements of things. So if anybody's got a choir, I'm working on. I think I'm going to try to come out with a simple book of choral arrangements,
Oh, look,
of
Dennis
a
is
book
holding
of
up.
simple choral arrangements.
So Dennis
Oh,
is
she's
holding
holding
up
up.
your
Is
book,
that
I
the
think.
Missagaya Earth? Oh no, it's the Earth and Spirit Songbook.
Thank you, Dennis. That's so nice to see. I love
Yay!
it.
Thanks, Dennis.
Now everybody knows what they're looking for when they get out there to buy the
So
book.
I'm working on book 2, and Joe, I was going to ask you and your cohorts, if we can talk about all the people you know, and that maybe if there's some way I can put out the call to, both the Musicians Union Local 1000, which is so many singer-songwriters, and I let people know I'm already collecting, but I'm not quite ready to do that. I'm in the midst of other things first, but in this coming year, I hope we're going to make another book
Awesome.
because
That sounds great.
unfortunately the world is changing. The world's getting worse, and there are songs about climate change and things that we didn't have in the first book. So
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so that's beautiful. So just a quick note, L Rose, who I think is Linda, put in the chat, side with love is what the yellow shirts said.
That's right. Yes, standing on it was standing on the side of love, and then they decided standing was kind of elitist too.
That's great.
Though I looked up standing, and I wish, I hope that doesn't offend anyone who is not able to stand, because we have standing, we stand for something, all of those kinds of things. But the UUs trying to be politically inclusive decided to not say stand, so it's just side with love. Yeah,
Beautiful and perfect and a
yeah,
great
that's the yellow T-shirt. It may be some other color now.
what a great way to segue into your other song.
Yeah. Okay, so this song, I went on the Soviet American Peace Walk in 1988. There was the Great Peace March in 1986. I better not talk too much. Google it. And then 2 years later, a lot of the same people organized a walk with 220 people from there still was a Soviet Union, from all the different republics of the Soviet Union, came to Washington, D.C., walked up to Philadelphia, bussed across to a bunch of places, walked across Iowa, flew to California, and walked up the California coast. So that was a month of walking with these 220 Soviets, about 180 Americans too. And I just thought, I have to go on this. Because I was a little, all I knew about Russians was Boris and Natasha or something, or Rocky and Bullwinkle. And, or they were always the evil whatever. And I just found this Russian language to be so beautiful and poetic, and all the people are just so, full of whatever. So it sounds like this in Russian, and I think some people will recognize the melody. Наши жизни мы должны соткать из цвета звук, пропеть его в ночи, чтоб звезды слушали во сне, и хоровод водили в тишине. Well, I thought I'd just have to translate that differently and get a different. So some people know it as if the people live their lives, etc., etc. So I hope this doesn't offend your sensibilities. My take on the words is in the chat, if you haven't found it already. Somehow it went from Russia to Brazil. I'm not sure what happened. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. So then I made the translation, and in a rush of irrational exuberance, I added 2 verses. I'll sing one. My wish for you, as now we part, is for greater peace to fill your heart with dreams as vast as starry space. So hurt and anger know no place. May truth be shared and wounds be healed, and joy for living be revealed. Through every fate and circumstance, may hope lead weary steps to dance, and may your life be as a song. Try that. And may your life be as a song. I'll sing resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light. Resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. That one overlaps a little. Ever dancing circles in the night. Let's try it all together again. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. Let's do it again. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, softly serenade, and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. Now this turns out to be a 4-part round. Ha ha ha. But I know we can do it in at least 2 parts. Somebody out there can sing the second part. I'll show you where it starts. If you're unsure, stick with me. And may your life be as a song, not yet, resounding. And may your life be to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in. So if this is all still a little bit too complicated, or you can just sing the same line 4 times, or you can just make something up. La 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 la, oh, oh baby. No, 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 no. Just about anything in the C harmonic minor scale will work in a transitory fashion. We're all just temporary here. So, la 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 la. Whoa, wow. La da 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 do da wee do do da ba do do ba da wa. If you're not sure about running way up high, you can go down where we were on the bass. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Wah, do, 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 doo. Wah, do, da, do, da, do. Boom, 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 boom. Wah, do, 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 and may your life be as a song. And again, and may your life surrounded with the sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night.
Woo! Oh, Jim, that was so beautiful. And I saw people were rounding with you just perfectly. There were folks
Yeah.
there who were definitely getting it. I could see the way the mouths are moving. And it was beautiful as a round. I was singing it too. Thank you so much. What a precious song. And I could have sung that for a lot longer, let me tell you. Like, especially because you
Me
gave us
too.
all
I
those.
have to. We have to be good to people. We'll have to pay them overtime. So.
Yeah, so when I introduced Jim, I forgot to say that like mostly in our conversations, he cracks me up every few seconds. So like it's really hard to be entirely serious around him. He's got an amazing sense of humor. And
What?
I, for one, will pay all of you overtime. So just take it out of
People
my.
think I'm too big to be funny, but thank you
That was
for
gorgeous.
noticing.
The fact that you gave us all those boom booms and the highs and the lows and we could play around with it made it also even more like you wanted to just keep going because you're just kind of getting the experimentation going and then you would throw something else in and that was absolutely fabulous. I could
Okay.
imagine being.
It occurred to me. I wonder. I know people have probably done it, but I was just wondering: do people are we really are we asked to just improvise here, or when we just teach a song? I'm sure someone has done it. Just make something up, but
Not as often maybe. So it was really actually
Yeah,
great to
so
have that as a charge from you. So thank you so much.
no thanks. Yeah, if you don't want to take me literally, just anything works. Well,
I'm not
thank
sure
you.
how to take you. All right, wait, everybody, please give it up for Jim Scott. That was an amazing song. Jim Scott
Oh, thank you.
music.
That was just so good for me to do today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
With all the crises in the world, to get to do this with you all. Thank you very much. Oh, and can I mention, every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, I do a concert on Facebook and YouTube. Every week has a theme. Next week is Greenpeace Day. And the next week, Peter Yarrow is actually going to sing with me on the 21st.
That's really
So,
cool.
so I have guests sometimes, and every week I make up a new theme. If you're on my mailing list, you'll get a little poster PNG from me every week with promotion. Thank you very so much, everybody. This is such a wonderful group of people that I'm so glad to get my introduce myself to you all.
Well, we're so glad you're here, and we can't wait to sing with you when it gets to be voting time. And right now, at least in DC, there's a lot in the news about immigration. Busloads of folks coming to DC, and the mayor having declared
Yeah,
a
what a cynical move, but
yeah.
yes, but I know people are working really hard to just make sense of that.
But maybe we can sing about immigration sooner rather than later. So
Okay.
again, guys, can we all please give it up for Jim Scott? That was just such an amazing song. Loved being with you. Loved having your
Thank,
presence in this room.
thank you
Somebody
very much.
commented that your speaking voice is so beautiful, and it is just so soothing. I mean, really, we don't even have to sing. We could all just sit there and you can just talk to us. And you're good at the talking, I will say. I really like what you say.
I've been called a sedative before.
That's a nice, wow. Okay, actually, now we're going to have to pay you for that. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here today and celebrating Jim's music with me and all of us here at the Daily Antidote. Let's say a nice goodbye to everybody on Facebook Live.